line were just bending over for him at the start, and obviously after those first, he was put it. But then again, we put pressure on their quarterback, and he fired some great
Yeah, he
balls.
was delivering the ball with
Yeah,
ease. But the thing with Cap, I mean, they also need to adjust that offensive line. They need to get
Okay.
yeah.
Devi and what's his name out of there, Pierce. They need to adjust it. They need to fix that because he is garbage.
Yeah.
They both
You know what?
need
Here's
it.
the thing, though, guys. Uh,
If it's
Kill,
not poor blocking, it's penalties.
give me Nate and give me Nate and also JT. Close all the other lines for mute the other lines for a second. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Nate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. JT.
What's happening?
All right, guys. Oh, listen, this is what we're gonna do now. You guys, we're gonna keep it going between us for a while. Each and every other person, we're gonna have them come in, and then they'll come in and say something for a few minutes or a minute or so, and then we'll try to rotate it because a lot of people are giving me notes. Hey, Ron, man, I couldn't get on, man. What are you doing? So now we're gonna go rotate everybody, and if you have something you say tonight, you go ahead and say it, and then you say goodbye until next week when we win the next game. Okay.
I hope so.
Well, we got
So Nate, man, give me some feedback. How you feeling, man?
Oh, I was feeling good about 2.5 hours ago. Just there wasn't much to take away from this, man. It was bad execution on just about every level possible. But it was just.
Did you think was that completely Colin Kaepernick's fault?
I wouldn't say completely, about 90%. The first two pick sixes, that's rough. Those were bad throws. But, he tried to stick to it. It just, after the third one and then obviously the fourth one, there was just, and it seemed like anytime we got any sort of momentum, we would penalize ourselves out of the momentum. That play that Antoine Bethea, stops them and then face masks them. So we lose that. Then it's first and goal. We get the interception, we get the ball back, we turn around and we give it right back to them. It's just we could not. If it was going to go wrong, it did today.
And that face mask, that was. How in the world do you not call? But then again, they came and explained later. Well, the offensive player is allowed to push into the face with a straight arm because I guess they can't really control that. But I said that was first. And although Bethea knows better, I guess it was his fault too. JT, what are your feelings on this game, man?
I thought it was a crap show from the beginning. I mean, I said it from before. Come out and pass the ball. This team already knows you're going to run. And then what do? They line up in a 3 tight end set with Anquan Bolden out there. And I said it from the start. Don't do that because then it leaves them to know you're not going to throw deep on them. You're not going to do anything far, or you're going to run the ball. So all they did was just pin their ears back and just attack our offensive line, which is, by the way, garbage on the right side. So now we're not running the ball well. So we put ourselves in a 3rd and 10. What does Cap do? Throw an interception for a touchdown. Comes right back. They do the same thing. Run 2 plays, and Cap throws another pass for a touchdown. It's like, come on. Like, how many times are you going to do that before you learn to just not do that anymore?
4 times apparently.
I can't figure it out why they like to do that. But that's what they're doing. And then these refs too. I mean, they're up by how many points? 40? I don't know, 30 at one point, 20-something points, and they're just all these crazy calls. LeVar Bowman gets called for fighting for a fumble. He pushes a tight end over 5 yards down the field, but the guy just fell, and the guy ran into Bowman. Bowman just put his hands on the guy, fell, and they call him for illegal contact 20 yards off a play that was a broken up pass. And it was just like, every time we couldn't get off the field because of a penalty, or we couldn't get off the field because they got a 3rd down conversion. It was not our day.
No, like I said, anything that went wrong was going to, and it did. But the whole, even the guys on the replay were like, I don't see what Bowman did wrong. There was nothing unsportsmanlike there. He was fighting for a fumble. I mean, that was just a garbage call.
And it was a fumble. They didn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah, that was completely a fumble, and I think Bowman ended up with it, and then the same thing, the illegal contact. I'm like, really? We're down 38 points. Like, seriously?
Guys,
come on.
hold up a second here. Let's get some folks in here. No, there's Freddie. All right, listen, tell you what. Let's get Emmanuel Perry. Emmanuel Perry, have you got some things you want to share tonight? Emmanuel? Emmanuel's got a frozen frame. Okay, let's go to William. Yeah. Hey, William, what's up, buddy? No, Emmanuel's got a frozen frame. Let's go to William. Okay. Oh, is this Emmanuel?
Hey guys, you guys can hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you, man. Yeah, go ahead, man. What do you got going on tonight with this game?
Disappointment, upsetment. I don't know. It was just rough to watch them play the way they played. It really was. To see them play that good on the second half of that Steelers game, and then that good first game, and then watch them just not do anything. No passes downfield. Torrey Smith wasn't in the game. Vernon Davis left the game hurt again. I don't know where we're going to go from here. I really don't. And I understand like their offensive line is weak, but you got to take your chances. You got to let Cap do a bootleg on the outside, find somebody deep. That's what he lives on. Let him run around a little bit. Let him have his time to do what he does best. You can't just let him sit in the pocket and throw the ball anymore. He's proving that right now.
But did you see? Did it seem to you that Cap had lost all confidence? It looked to me like he looked like a deer in headlights at one point to me.
Yeah, but you gotta let him play through that. He did, but I think you gotta let him play through that. He's not going to learn by you coddling him and letting him hand the ball off every time, throwing 5-yard passes down the field. You gotta let him go out there and do it. You paid this man for a reason. It wasn't to sit there and let him hand the ball off, throw the ball 5 yards. You got to give him something else.
All right, Emmanuel, thanks for sharing, man. We'll see you next week, okay? Freddie. Freddie, you got no sound, Freddie. I hear you. Freddie?
Freddie.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Frozen frame. Okay, let's go to William.
Okay, Freddie, can you hear me, Freddie?
Hey, William.
We're getting your feedback. Okay, let's go to Francis. Francis.
What do you got? Disappointment.
Okay, you're gonna turn Freddie off
It was just rough.
because we're getting a feedback from Freddie.
Play the way they played.
Okay, Francis.
On the second half, and then that's good.
All right, Francis. Hey, okay, guys. When I call your name, you got to speak up because we're waiting for you to say something. All right, let's go to Adam Brewster.
I don't know where we're gonna go from here. I really don't.
Okay. Let's go to Francis then. Francis, where are you, man? Francis? All right. Can we move to how about can we go to Andre, please?
Hey, what's up?
Andre, you doing, man?
You hear?
Cap had lost all confidence. It looked to me like he looked like.
Okay. Listen, guys, if anybody's playing their computer or anything like that, you have to turn that off. What we end up getting is we get this weird feedback, okay? So you guys, this is going to be posted up. You can listen and watch later on. So anybody playing your computer or anything like that, please turn it off.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to do that.
That's right. That was you. All right, Francis. No sounds, guys. Come in clean. All right. Francis, what's up, man? How'd you enjoy the game, man?
I'm not Francis. I'm Andre.
Oh, Andre.
Yeah, that game, I was embarrassed to be a Niner fan. That was terrible, man. I couldn't believe how many interceptions Cap threw. That was ridiculous.
Let me ask you a question. I know people are going to want to say, would you have thought about pulling Cap for that game? I've seen that on several different places, and I was wondering, wow, pull him now. Don't even wait. Would you have pulled Cap in that game?
Absolutely. You have to pull Cap. Otherwise, he's going to keep making the same mistakes. At least to sit him down and tell him, fix this. Like, I don't know what he was doing this whole game. That was ridiculous.
I tell you. Okay, so next week, what are you going to do?
I'm still going to be cheering Niners, but oh man, I hope we can win that game.
All right, thanks, man. We're gonna see you. We're gonna see you next week. Let's go to William. All right, William. Hello, William. I got no sound. All right, William's got a connection issue. Mute. William, turn on your mic, William. See the icon there? You'll see a mic icon. Click that, and you'll have your sound. Yeah, it's mute. You got to control it from there. You got to look at your wall. Look at your panel. You'll see a microphone with a slash across it. Click that. You got it? All right, William, work on that, and we'll be right back. All right, give me back to Nate. Nate, here's the thing, man. I was watching that game the whole time, and I was thinking, in a lot of cases, looking like Johnny Manziel today should have been put in the game. At what point do you think we can go next week and get away with Cap doing that for 4 quarters, or do you make a move on it?
You know, I agree with Tom Sula keeping him in. I think he knew the game was out, and he wanted to just get some sort of confidence back in him. If he has the same performance next week, you don't have a choice but to put him on the bench. You know, I think one game, I think that's a little overreacting, especially if the game was close and we kept doing that. I could see probably pulling him. There was no way we were winning the game anyways. So at that point, you don't want to crush Kaepernick. You know, he needs to know you still have the confidence in him. You still feel like he can do it. Now, if Green Bay shows up at home and we have the same performance, he's got a halftime.
JT, your feeling on that, man?
Sorry, I had my mic muted for. I didn't even hear the question. I'm sorry.
I was wondering, at what point do you put the hook on Cap? Do you stay with him for let's work this out? Do you remain patient? Do you throw your hands up in the air and start to maybe test out Gabbert maybe next week in practice, give him a few more snaps? What are you going to do from here? Because it looked like Cap lost all composure and confidence. Now, you work with that? You stay patient with it? What are you going to do?
Right now, my feeling is I would like to see Gabbert, and I love Cap. I think Cap's fine. It's just today he just doesn't look confident. The last few games he hasn't looked so confident. Like he looked poised, yes, last week against Pittsburgh, but that was, they had the game at hand, and I get it. He was confident there, but he didn't look like that against a really good NFL defense, and Arizona has a really good NFL defense. They blitz a lot, and he just unraveled, and you could see it. He just panics, throwing the ball up in the air like that to be intercepted. It's just horrible, and I think it needs to stop. Gabbert, I don't think Gabbert would do it. I think Gabbert would be a little bit different in the pocket. I don't think Gabbert's a good quarterback, but I think Cap needs to be taught a lesson. And I think he needs to get benched.
A little push. All right. Well, I'll tell you guys, everybody turn your mic on so that by the time we come to you, now you're going to see that your microphone's got a slash across it. You got to click that to get yourself in. Let's go back to William because we were trying to get William a minute ago. Let's see if we can get William on this time.
Sorry, I'm here.
There you go.
I'm here.
William.
Because I didn't mute it, so when I seen it, I thought you guys had muted all of us. So yeah.
No. Actually, you have the mute control. Yeah, William. You know what? Here's the thing. Because Jared Hayne was the highlight of the night. There was a single highlight on the night. It was Jared Hayne setting us up for a touchdown. You must have been ecstatic. Yeah. And then you had to be.
Man, I was falling asleep.
Huh?
I was falling asleep at that just before that happened because it's real early in the morning and I just finished my night shift. So when I seen him, getting ready to run the ball back, I was awake again, and then he made that run. I was like, whoa, that was just awesome to see. But I guess
it was 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he almost got there.
Oh, the thing is, he set it up so we could Cadmus marches right in for a TD.
Yeah.
So the question is, I want to give this to everybody right now. Why in the world wouldn't Jimmy T put him on kickoff and punt return? Obviously,
I don't know.
He is the man with the answers as far as setting us up in good field position.
I don't even think DeAndre White made it back to the 20 in any of those kickoff returns.
And the last one, he dropped behind the line of 10-yard line. Yeah. Maybe next week we're going to be able to have better things to talk about. So I'll look for you next week, okay?
Yeah.
All right, my friend. We'll see you next week.
Man. All right.
All right. Give me back to Nate. Nate.
What's up, Rumbo?
Were you shocked when we continued to watch the other guys with the punt return and the kick return? Would you make? Is this the time to make the decision to stop fooling around with all these guys? If it's not going to be Bruce Ellington, then it's going to be Jared Hayne. Do I make that decision now, or do I continue to keep clowning around with everybody else?
I think I'm with you. I think on kickoffs, I think it's Ellington. Hayne he needs to be in motion when he catches the ball. He doesn't do well standing stationary, catching the ball. And we're getting the ball 10 yards deep in the end zone. That means we've got to get to at least a 30 to make up, other than downing it. And so I really think that's been our struggle on kickoffs. But as far as punts go, I don't think anyone should be filling the ball but Hayne. I mean, the guy in open field, in moving, he's not fast, but he's very elusive, and it was fun to watch. I think Ellington needs to take kickoffs and Hayne needs to take punts. I mean, I think that's where Hayne's going to do the best is in that open field. He's got moved to room. When you receive a kickoff, you're in the end zone and you don't have much time, because that team's got all that extra time. If the punt doesn't have a lot of hang time, that's more benefit to Hayne. And that's why Pinion's so good is he puts that ball so high in the air that they didn't return hardly anything on us. So that's what I do.
See, and you know what? I just realized, so from what you're saying, Jimmy T is thinking the same thing. If I put him in on kickoff, he's probably never going to get the ball. They're going to kick it out of the end zone. But if I put him in on punts, now he's got the chance to do what he does. So
absolutely. Absolutely. He's guaranteed to touch the ball on punts unless they kick it out of bounds every time.
There's Francis. Hey, Francis. Francis, hit your mic, man. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I've just got it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Francis. Francis, what's your feeling about this awful game today?
Well, I'm sitting here in Australia, and like all the rest of this country, we had to get up real early to watch it. And look, it's not surprising. I mean, I've been a fan of 49ers since way back, but I just noticed a comment just before me about the Hayne. I'll let you in a little tip. He's devastating from a standing start as well. He's quick. So just give him some time. He'll step up, and I think you'll be very surprised at what he's able to do. What I'd actually like
I'll
to
be
see,
surprised though.
Yeah, well, we've seen him out here in rugby league, and I'm a Queenslander, and he used to just decimate our team when he played us. So he's a talented man. He's really good. Just to give him some time. What I'd like to see is a bit more rotation with the running backs. I think they just got to switch up the offensive line a little bit, or something. Something's not right.
Yeah, the 49ers are buying time right now. We've got a couple other guys coming back. We've got Daniel Kilgore to come back to the center position. We're waiting for another guy to come in and also take out Devi. I think they're thinking about moving Marcus Martin to a guard or tackle position. But, yeah, there's some changes. But the 49ers need about 3 more games before they can legitimately make those changes. So that's the problem right now. So we're trying to get by and buy time. So, all right, tell you what we're going to do, though. By next week, hopefully, things will improve, and this conversation will have more fun. Thanks for joining us today, okay?
No worries. Thanks, man.
All right. Let's get to Freddie. Let's see, Freddie's got his mic already. Freddie, are you ready, man? You got the wrong line. It's Oliver. All right. All right. Oliver. Now, Oliver, I was actually talking to Oliver on Facebook, and Oliver had blamed the coaching staff, the every person in the front office, the people outside the building walking by. Okay, Oliver, you've got things on. You've got to turn off. If it's your computer, turn it off right now. You got a feedback coming, man.
What?
Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you got on besides your phone?
Turn off
If it's
your
on your computer, then you got to turn that
volume.
off.
I have the thing on. Like this.
Okay. Somebody's got? Oh, Philip Casey. Hey, Philip Casey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What have you got extra equipment on? Anybody got any extra equipment on? Please turn it off. Hey, Philip, how you doing, man?
Rombo.
Hey. Oh, it's my man, all the way from New York City. I know you got some insights on tonight's game, bro. What'd you think about our team tonight? Turn your mic on. Our personal thoughts. Okay, Freddie.
What's up?
Yeah, good. Your mic's on, Freddie.
All
Freddie,
right.
man, make me understand what happened tonight, bro.
I don't even know what happened.
Freddie, we came into that game. All we needed to do was play some football, and we could have been back in first place, man. Now here we are sitting here crying about how bad we played. You know what? I sat there and I tried to figure out all kind of reasons what happened. I thought maybe Cap is nervous. I thought maybe this game was too big. There was just too many things that I couldn't process. And then I seen Cap throw 2 pick sixes, and I said, "Oh, wait a minute. People were open. Cap took the wrong options. Even the people doing the game, they put a freeze frame on Bolden being open in one position. He underthrew Torrey Smith, who was wide open. If he hit Torrey Smith in stride, there was 10 feet between him and the defender. That was an easy TD. Freddie, man, what happened, man?
Kaepernick just sucks. I've been saying it since he's been our quarterback. I never liked the option of having him as our QB, but I mean, it is what it is. We got to work with him. You feel me?
Yeah. And I'm hoping, the press conference. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm sure I'm gonna listen to the press conference after we get through.
It's gonna be the same excuses. The same excuses they've been giving us last season and this season.
What do you think? What is Cap going to say in this press conference? Because there's a lot of explaining to do. If you're Cap, try to think like Cap. What's he going to say? Is he going to come up there with his typical? They're going to say, "Colin, not a good night tonight. Can you shed any light on what may have happened?" And Cap, we didn't make plays.
Yeah, we didn't make plays. We didn't execute. Too many mental errors. It was on me.
Hey, Rombo.
Ready? I got to tell you, man, next week Cap is going to get brutalized. Now, I've been one of the people that have been defending Cap for a long time, and I got a feeling that, I don't even know if I can show up on social media, man, because people are going to come after everybody who was on Cap camp. And I know several people. I see some fights going on Instagram between people. It got ugly in there for one while. I stopped looking. Twitter has gone all out on Cap. Facebook is like somewhat civil, but it's crazy.
I feel like he takes one step forward and then he takes like 3 back. And he takes 1 step forward and then he takes 3 back. It's like you start getting good, but then you have a game like this.
Yeah.
We see some light, and then you have a game like this.
And we're back to square one. Freddie, hold on. Let me get. Is that Philip? 007? Yeah, that was 007. Sully, is that you, man? Sully, man, what are your feelings on tonight's game, bro? Sully? Okay, 007. Please go by 07. 007. Speak to me, man. All right, let's go to our personal thoughts.
Hey, Rombo.
Hey, bro. What was your opinion on tonight's game?
Before we get to 49ers football, I just have a little thing to say. I'm a freshman in high school right now, and the quarterback for the varsity football team died Friday night, and he was blindsided on the field, and he made it to the bench. He collapsed, and they sent him to the hospital, and he died around midnight. So it was a big thing, and it's really affected our community. And I'm not like begging for money here, but there is like a GoFundMe account set up where you can donate money for the family, and it all goes right to them and for the funeral costs. So if any of you wanted to donate, you can go on GoFundMe.com and in the search bar type in Evan Murray. It's EvanMurray, and feel free to donate if you want to.
And what I want you to do is send me a message with all the information on it, and I'll post that up as help later on. We'll post it everywhere, okay?
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the game tonight as well?
It's definitely a tough loss, but I mean, back-to-back weeks we've played a top 5 offense in the NFL. The defense got roasted all day, and I feel like a lot of the problems that we faced obviously were from the first opening drives where Kaepernick threw the 2 interceptions. I'm a Kaepernick supporter. I believe in him a lot. I think he can do great things, but that's after all the hype that's been built up around him, after working with Kurt Warner in the offseason, that's just the mistakes that are inexcusable at this point in time. Every quarterback has a down game. Every quarterback struggles, but I'm not saying that Kaepernick can't just be perfect every game, but that was a very, very poor performance from him. Although I still firmly believe that he's a good quarterback.
He's about to get cut next year.
Where do you start trying to fix this though?
I think you start trying to fix this on the offensive line, in my honest opinion. Kaepernick had little time to throw the entire game. I mean, even the 2 stars of the offensive line, Joe Staley and Alex Boone, were having a little trouble against the Cardinals pass rush. I think you got to move some guys around. Honestly, I think they should make a little more, have more substitutions in on the offensive line. Let guys like Trent Brown play. Let guys like Nick Easton take a few snaps just to see how they will rotate in the game, because you're never sure if one of those guys on the bench might be a future Hall of Famer. You're never sure. So I would like to see a little rotation there.
I fully agree with that. All right. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to move on. We're going to see you next week, okay? All right.
Okay.
Oliver. All right, Oliver. I hope you got everything turned off, man. We're getting an awful echo from you. What are your feelings on this, Oliver?
Bad coaching.
Is it bad coaching?
Yeah, they're running.
Oliver, I got a real bad echo coming in from you, buddy. Is there anything we can do? There's something else. You got nothing else on, huh?
Nothing. Hey, let me come back in.
Okay. Let's go to let's see. Let's go to Nate. Is that 007? That's 007.
Yeah,
I was trying to get you earlier, man. Hey, all right, dude. So how much pain did you suffer tonight in this game, man? What are you thinking? Now we lost the audio. Okay. 007, hold on a second, man. I gotta get you to get that microphone on. Get me back to JT for a moment.
Oh, hey, I'm back.
Oh, wait, there he is. Okay.
Hey, I don't know why I did. I don't know why I did that. I didn't touch anything. But anyways, this was a really tough game to watch, man. Those 2 pick sixes to start off. I don't know what happened to Colin Kaepernick. Early in his career, when he played his first 2 seasons, you just saw so much potential there. I don't know. I was talking to one of my friends today. I've never seen. It seems like he's gotten more inaccurate as the years have gone on, and that's all he's been working. That's all he ever had to work on was his accuracy. And it seems like that is the part of his game that has gotten worse. And I just don't get it. He showed so much promise early in his career. I remember when he played against the Bears, his very first game, this guy was putting the ball on point.
Hold on, 007. Give me Philip. I got to talk to Philip. Philip, we got a terrible echo coming from you, Philip. Is there anything you can turn off for me? if you're watching the computer, that's got to be turned off. It's got to be completely silent in that room. You can't have any other apparatus going. Can you do that for me, please, Philip? Your headphones? Philip, you got no headphones. Philip, get them headphones for me, babe. If you don't have headphones, you're going to get a terrible feedback.
Okay, I'll get my headphones.
Okay.
Also, Rombo, I got to say one thing. Vernon Davis, he's gotten the official soft stamp. He's been labeled. He's starting. I don't know. It's his age. He's starting to get older. He's been banged up a lot. He used to take a lot of hits being in the NFC West. But I think this year, Vernon Davis, you can find another team. And I'm a huge fan of Vernon Davis. I've been watching the Niners since '06. So
I enjoyed
I've watched Vernon Davis throughout his career. He had a good game. Selleck had a good game. But I think that next year it's going to be Blake Bell, the Belldozer. I think he shows a lot of promise. I like him. Also, the whole offseason I was hearing about the defensive line, one of our most stacked positions on the team. And I'm waiting for someone to basically move ahead of the pack and show that they're a competent pass rusher. And I haven't seen that. Where's Ahmad Brooks? Aaron Lynch is our best pass rusher, but where's everybody else?
I want to point out one thing about that. I did see something in Eric Armstead tonight, and I saw it last week just like everybody else. Did you see when that offensive lineman had him down on the ground? Armstead caught that guy coming by, reached around and grabbed him down the ground. I said, the heir apparent of Justin has been born. That's him right there. Give him more snaps, Jimmy T. He's going to be okay. He needs more time.
I want to say one thing about some of the draft picks on our team right now. Me and my uncle are huge Niner fans, and we watch every draft, and we've been watching the last few drafts. And it seems I like what Trent Baalke does in the sense that he gets players, value picks. He gets players that slide at certain rounds and whatnot. But we were talking about it. Was Odell Beckham really too expensive now? Could we have drafted Mike Evans? We passed on Kelvin Benjamin, ammunition last year to trade up and get very elite players. And we haven't done that. We're very New York.
I think we lost you. Okay, listen. We're going to see you next week. Let me give me back to JT just for a second, though. Give me back to JT. JT, he brings up a very solid point. Have you noticed over in Kansas City, they have a premier defensive back that just got drafted this year?
Yeah, he was a guy that I liked. I've tweeted a lot about him. I loved Marcus Peters. He showed that tenacity and coverage that I think we needed. There's a lot of guys. I could talk about tons of draft picks that I've seen go over the years that we passed up on. Dante Moncrief playing on the Colts. Love that dude coming out of college as a wide receiver. Passed him up. Martavis Bryant. Passed him up. Odell Beckham Jr., like he was saying, we couldn't trade up to get him. There's so many guys that we have passed by on offense and defense that could have helped, but we keep drafting, the same player basically. And we're not drafting for holes, and it's just starting to bite us in the butt. I think it's starting to finally catch up to us, and we keep redshirting players. But why don't we get players that can play now? Why do we get these players we got to wait a year? Now you're waiting a year out of the rookie contracts too. So rookie contract lasts 3 years, 3 or 4 years, or sometimes 5, depending on how long the draft pick is. But you get these guys, they're redshirted for a year or two, and then they start to get good, and they're gone. Somebody's signing with somebody else, or we're dropping them to keep. In the Harbaugh regime, we kept veterans instead of keeping our young dudes. And we let a lot of talent go to some other teams too as well. Look at Seattle. They took like 9 of our players the last 3 years or 4 years. And they might be role players, some of them, but I mean they literally took our players, and it's like, why do we let these players go to these teams and keep veterans that end up leaving the next year or two? I don't get it. They stay young. They stay young.
Nate, let me Nate. I want to Nate. Would you have drafted differently because everybody was watching the draft and we're all like, when Eric Armstead got picked up, I was sort of like happy, not happy about that, but it was just an unsexy pick. But now that I look at it, I can see Armstead has huge potential, and I'm not unhappy with it. But are we hurting in the defensive? Well, actually, you know what? We're hurting in both defensive line and the corner position. I don't know. What do you, is it a toss up? Are we going to be better off in the future? What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I really wish we would have taken either Trey Waynes or Marcus Peters. Akers, he's not bad, but he hasn't really shown anything yet. And Reeser hasn't even played a game yet. And Brock is I don't know what's up with Brock either. I mean, I'm okay with Armstead, but I still think we could have got him in the third round. I really think we should have went after Peters or somebody that can play. We need that shutdown corner. And Brock's okay, but they just go to the other side of the field, and we can't do anything about it. So, and we're not short of weapons. We just don't throw the ball enough to utilize them. So even if we had drafted Odell Beckham Jr., he can't make plays if you don't ever throw him the ball. And right now, we don't have enough time to throw the ball. I think offensive line and cornerback are just killing us, absolutely killing us.
Let's see if Phillip is ready now. He went to get his headphones.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here, Rumbo. We'll see you next week.
All right, Nate. All right,
it's Phillip. It's me.
What's your feeling on the game today?
I ain't watching. I saw it online, but I'm just not liking Cap right now, man. He's a disappointment, man. I got this dude back. People talk trash, man. I get his back. And he threw 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. The week before, 2 touchdowns, 51 yards. He's a disappointment right now, man.
Yeah.
He's a disappointment.
Yeah. I agree. What I'm worried about, though, is will he come back next week with absolutely no confidence? Is he through? Is what I'm more. Can he bounce back from this, do you think?
He should. My thing is, why pick up Torrey Smith and Quan Bolden? Why pick up the rookie from Ohio, man? I like that dude, Blake Bell, man. Put him in, because honestly, Brandon Davis been soft since 3 years ago, because he let Seattle just run over him every year. And every year he gets hurt. Every year when they play Seattle, he's hurt. It never fails.
Well, Cam, you know what? The way Cam Chancellor hit him that year, I don't know if he's ever going to get over that hit again. He's going down a little early because I understand somebody just said that he's hurt now. I didn't even see Vernon get hit.
He was on the sideline for a while.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
He got a knee injury.
Okay, let's get back to Oliver and see what's going on with Oliver. All right, Oliver. Hopefully, it could be bleeding through your headphones. I hope that's not the case. But Oliver, you were blaming the coaches and everybody else. Amplify on that a little bit for me.
I think it was the first play of the game, and they ran it 2 straight times, and it was 3rd and long, and they threw it, and it was pick 6. It was bad play calling. And then Eric Jr., I think he needs to go. It's the wrong defensive plan. Why are you blitzing Bethea and Eric Reed? And Eric Reed is always coming down. He shouldn't be always coming down. If he's coming back down, there's going to be one-on-one coverage. That's going to be a busted play.
Well, hopefully, Oliver, they'll discuss that this week and do better next week. So, yeah. All right, Oliver, I'll see you online, my man. Who we got left here?
Who's got the TV on in the background?
Yeah, guys, you got to have silence in your room, please. If you got any noise going on.
I'm trying to find it so I can mute it.
Hey, Mr. P-Town.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy? What your feelings on the game tonight?
Man, I didn't even watch the game because I'm in SoCal right now. So they didn't show it on Fox, so I didn't even get to see the game. But I heard it was bad. Cap threw 4 interceptions. Man, it just needs to stop, man. This is crazy. Losing this bad 2 weeks in a row.
And the thing is, I don't know that we could expect anything better next week as well. You know, we're supposed to be celebrating this week as we're supposed to move it in the first place.
We always have good games against the Packers, so you never know.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I'm looking forward to it because I'm to lose any faith in this team. But this one hurts so bad because it's not just a loss; it's a beat down, crushing bloodbath. And I see that was not anticipated. So
Yeah, man. I talked a lot of mess this week too, so I'm gonna have to eat crow.
You know, for every 49er fan that talked all that smack like I did, and Mr. Pete Town and everybody else, man, we got to dance to the music for a whole 7 days.
Yeah,
Raider
piece
fans,
of humble pie.
they're going to be number one all over us. You know they're waiting for us too. Oh man.
The sad part about it is, even the Jacksonville Jaguars scored more points than we did today.
But they were killed. They were killed even worse. But the thing is, we're in the same basket with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah. So
Yep.
anyway, hey, it's Andre. Andre, I thought we had you a few minutes ago. Andre, you got some more you want to say?
No, I was just listening in. I don't know, man. I was kind of depressed about the run game today. I think they needed to switch out Mike Davis and maybe put in Hayne for a little bit.
Oh,
See how that went. Yeah.
I fully agree with that. Hayne needed way more time than they got. Today,
Jim was fucking up today, man. It was an embarrassment.
well, we'll get that. We'll get it next week. All right, we'll see you next week. Okay.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Peace out.
Anyone else right here think that the offense is too predictable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the last 2 weeks.
Ridiculously
Yeah,
predictable.
it's just been crazy. It's crazy. It's
Dang, what's that?
pass, run, pass.
Okay. Did somebody flush a toilet? All right. I think we finished with Philip. I think. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Freddie. All right. So Freddie, okay, your offense has gotten boring.
Yeah, but you guys are right about.
We had Roman last year,
Oh, don't even.
and are we returning to that? What are we? I mean, what are we up against here? Can we see more creativity next week? Is it maybe the playbook is too new?
Okay.
The guys haven't absorbed it yet completely, so they're trying to bring the guys along by week 5, which will be too late. Maybe we'll see a little more continuity. I don't know. What do you think?
One thing that I think is, and I hope it's not true, is that I hope the coaching staff is not calling a different array of plays because they don't have confidence in calling Kaepernick to make the throws. I really hope that's not it because they seem to be very, very run heavy, even when they're really far behind. 20 points behind. This was last week and this week. They're behind in the second, third quarter by 20 points, and they're still running the ball on first and second down, which is discouraging to me because the game flow is directing the game in another way, and you're just running the rock up the middle. So I don't understand that. Is it the coaching, or is it the coaching? The coaches don't have faith in some of the players.
Could be. But I'm thinking, too, the guys are still grasping a new system with a new coach. Maybe you just can't bring them along any faster than that.
But I would think the coach who was there last year would know the strengths and weaknesses of this team.
Good point.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just like the last 2 weeks I've been watching them run the ball in the third quarter, and I'm saying, what are you doing? The game is
basically
you're not your friend right now, and we're not. I don't being set up by other plays like a lot of other teams. They'll run certain plays first, a series or two, and they'll make plays later by using those plays as setup for new plays. I don't see that in our offense. Our offense is very vanilla, and I don't like it.
So true. And maybe they'll make some adjustments because they're seeing the same things we're seeing, but what do they do about it is the only question. And if we see a little change next week, we can at least get excited. Because let's face it, if we don't do something quick, Green Bay, what we've seen this last 2 weeks could pale in comparison to what we're going to see next week. So it's kind of a scary time for 49er fans.
I'm hoping the coaching staff has basically got to tell Colin Kaepernick, like, we're going to put a lot more on your plate, and we're going to need you to step up because how we're playing football right now is not going to win us games. I don't think so. I've been watching
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it kind of leads you to believe that it's like another team gets like a 2-point lead on us. Well, not a 2-point lead, but a 2-touchdown lead on us. It's like we can't come back. It's like we're done, and I don't like that about our team.
Yeah, because I was actually anticipating, okay, we're down 14-0, not a big deal. It's the first quarter. Caps just got to settle down. We get back, chip back. The defense is going to settle down. They were already getting to Palmer. They were getting more. That was the most Palmer. The guy's not been beat up like that all season long. We were doing everything right on defense in the early part of the game, but we were on the field all day long with the defense. They got tired at the end, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, I tell you what, Mr. P, I think well, next week we shall overcome, and I'll look for to see you next week. All right.
All right, no problem.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. So Freddie. All right. So now we know what we're up against between now and next week. Can you make a prediction on what's going to happen with Green Bay? Freddie, you got mute. You're muted, Freddie. Because I'm telling you, because like right now, all right, let's go to go back to JT.
I just got back. What's the question? I literally just walked in the door.
What are your predictions for next week, man? Because you know what? We're in a desperate situation here. The critics are going to be all over us this week, and they just got just the food they need to work us. And next week, well, what am I talking about? Starting today, all the way into next week, well, the 49ers, they brought up the holes again during the course of the game in the first quarter. Oh, the 49ers experienced an exodus that no team should be able to come back from. And I said, oh, man, don't start flashing them people that have left. That has something to do with Kaepernick throwing all them pick six and all those other interceptions. But what do you predict next week? An adjustment will be made, of course, but do you think it's going to be enough? Can we compete next week at all? Kaepernick does do well against the Green Bay Packers, but he used to do well against also the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think they need to adjust the game plan. If they don't adjust that game plan, I don't know what they're going to do. They need to let Cap start throwing early to give him some confidence, because he's lacking it, and they need to start passing to set up their run. They already know they can run, but teams know when they line up a certain way what they're going to do, and it hasn't fooled anybody, and they're going back to those old ways. And they need to do that, and they need to get rid of Quentin Patton and that slot receiver spot. He is so bad. He's so bad. He doesn't get open. 2, even if he's open, Cap misses him. 3, he makes stupid plays like that penalty. He jumped over a dude to push a guy. You're like 6 foot tall, 170 pounds. Just get away. Like, I don't understand why he did that. And they need to let the younger guy, a younger slot receiver, or get Bruce Ellington back in there. Hopefully he's healthy. But they need to start doing something else and utilizing people and utilizing. They said they're going to utilize screen game. They said they're going to utilize certain things, but yet Arizona's blitzing like crazy. I didn't see him throw one screen pass to a running back. Did anybody else see a screen pass to a running back?
Not all day
long. When a team blitzes like that and they're coming at you so much, you do things like that to offset that, so they think twice about doing that. But they didn't do that. It's like the coaches panicked too. So I can't figure out for the life of me what's going to happen in the next game. But if they don't adjust that game plan and figure out a way to stop Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be in trouble. Because Aaron Rodgers is definitely better than Carson Palmer, and with far less talent at wide receiver, and they're going to have their hands full.
You can't blitz Aaron Rodgers either. That's what worries me too. You just cannot. He wants you to try that. So yeah, they've got a lot of work to do between now and next week.
The secondary's not playing bad either. They're playing a lot of freaking zone. I know that. But the secondary is not playing that bad. It's just that we can't get any pass rush. The secondary is hanging in there, but you can't possibly stay with a receiver for that long.
15 seconds.
When Carson Palmer's just sitting back there. Carson Palmer is not a bad quarterback.
Oh.
He's been in the league for a long time, and that dude's been good for years. Had he even not gotten hurt in Cincinnati in the game against Pittsburgh years ago in the playoff game, he probably would have took that team far in the playoffs that year. but he ended up getting hurt, and then his career kind of went sideways a little bit till now he's in Arizona. But that guy is good, and he can. It just makes me angry that you leave a guy, just let him sit there. It was like they're blitzing at the wrong times, and they're also running. At one point they sent out 3 pass rushers. That's it. Like, how are you going to do that with Carson Palmer back there? He's going to sit back there and pick you apart.
Yeah, they were relying on pressure. They were relying on pressure to run the game.
I was glad to see Kenneth Acker get an interception.
Kenneth Acker?
Yeah, that was off a blitz.
Yeah. Acker's coming along, and I have faith in him. Is that Steve? Hello, Steve.
Yeah. Hey, Robbo, I gotta go. All right.
All right, JT.
It was great chatting with everybody. All right, take it easy. All right. And I'm gonna check out that GoFundMe, man. I'm gonna go read about that real quick. All right. Thanks. Take it easy, guys.
All right, JT. Thanks, man.
Figure out how to leave this.
Where's that beeping come from? Hey, Steve.
What up?
Man, I tell you what, not us, 49ers. We're gonna be the trash talk of the week, man. Guys, we're gonna take a lot of garbage this week. I mean, fans are gonna be all over us, man. Raider fans, Hawks fans. I mean, all those people we've been running smack to, they are waiting for us, man. Yeah. Steve, how you gonna handle that, man?
Right now, Derek Carr looks a lot better than Colin Kaepernick right now.
No.
I had a
Derek Carr. Yeah, I agree. He did look better, and a lot better. I mean, I was watching that game with the Raiders. I was switching back and forth before our game started, and I was looking. And you know what else? Did you see Michael Crabtree out there all-starring?
I saw him last week. I didn't see him this week. The last week on the show.
Amari Cooper was the star of the game early on, but man, Crabtree was throwing it in. I mean, they had a 1-2 punch going there, man. They were looking good. The Raiders was kicking butt. I mean, Cleveland was beat from the first quarter on.
Was Aldon Smith in that game? How did he do? Was he playing?
Yeah, he was in there. But you know what? Aldon, he didn't look as vicious on defense. Collectively, they were a good defense, but Aldon wasn't standing out.
It could be because they know the system yet.
Probably. I'm going to go look at the stats again and see how many tackles he got, but he didn't look that impressive to me.
I don't think Alden really understands how the Raiders play defense. I think he just gets lost.
He's just out there doing what he does. But you're right. I doubt he knows what the Raiders are doing. I mean, you can't miss the entire preseason and all the camp and be able to just fit right in. He's just being Aldon Smith out there. It's not that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. More than half the time, I'm sure he's out of place.
I think another big thing is that he's playing alongside another really good outside linebacker in Khalil Mack, which is something that he really hasn't done too much in his career. No knocks on Amos, but there's a pretty big between Amos at this point in time and Khalil Mack.
Even our very own Aaron Lynch. What happens when Aaron Lynch, when Aldon Smith and also Khalil Mack do get on the same page? That could be the most devastating combination in the league. So that's a big loss for us. Anyway, hey, is that Jose? Who you got? That's Jose. Hey, Jose, how you doing, man? Jose, check your mic, man.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. All right. Jose, what are your feelings on the game, man?
Devastating. I don't know where to start.
Start with Kaepernick, man.
Yeah, Kaepernick threw those 2 interceptions threw in the beginning, killed the whole food.
You think he can come back next week?
We'll see. I sure hope so, but we'll see.
Guys, we better go check out. Tell you what we're gonna do, man. We'll check out now, but next week, guys, come on back. And you know what? I have a feeling, for some strange reason, I have a feeling that we're gonna win that game. And I'm not just talking through homeristic red gold glasses, but I have a feeling that the 49ers have finally been embarrassed enough to play some good football by next Sunday. We can only hope, right? So, maybe.
It could be the season tone setter that next game.
Yeah. Besides, we can still have that whole cliche. Kaepernick owns Rodgers. All right, guys. Thanks for participating. I'll see you next week, okay?
Go Niners.
Go Niners is right. All right.
Go Niners.
See ya.
All right.